Release me this instant, you beasts! Ah! Let me down! I'm about to hell! Stop this thing! Stop this thing! I'm going to hell! Ugh! God damn it! No! Not faster! You imbecile! Slow this thing down! Help! Come on, untie me! Help me down! What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Get me down from here! Go on, cut me down! Come on! What are you waiting for? Cut me loose! Free me and find out! It's about time! Ugh. Magakamara. Those pustulant thugs! Well, get on with it. Well, get on with it. Whatever you are, I'm a deep gnome, you're a drow. You helped me, now you plan to enslave me. What then? Torture? Blood sport? Or perhaps just a good old-fashioned walloping? I'm a deep gnome, you're a grey dwarf. You helped me, now you plan to enslave me. What then? You saved me, now you'll extort me. That's how this works, yes? As expected. Coercion by the book. Compensation? Was that all? Well, I expected worse from the likes of you. My own fault, really. I should have dropped my pack and outrun those bastards. Alas. Take my pack, if you can find it. The only reason those goblins caught me was its weight. I'll travel lightly from now on. You're teasing me now. I'm certain of it. Just like that. I'm sure. Nothing. This is, well, most unorthodox. So it shall be. Ignorance is alive and well, it seems. Deep gnomes aren't restricted to the Underdark, you know. I've lived in Baldur's Gate for years. I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. See this? I gave it to him years ago before I left home. I found it around the neck of a thug in the lower city. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found. But I still have hope. I have reason to believe he's in the Underdark. Hopefully I'll pick up his trail from there. I always help my friends. On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again. I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. He had this locket, see, that I gave him years ago before leaving home. I found it round the neck of a thug in Baldur's Gate. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found. But I still have hope. I have reason to believe he's in the Underdark. Hopefully, I'll pick up his trail from there. I always help my friends. On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again.
Barcus, he called me Barcus. Caught by goblins, killed in fray. My pack, everything I needed to find him. Wulbren, my Wulbren. Flames in the dark. His amulet found bloodied. Left the Underdark. Way home, nearby. Find him.
Ah, it's you, the mascot of my ill fortunes. Much as I'd love to chat, I'm not allowed social breaks. I suppose I do. Though I'm not counting on one of you to help one of me. These brutes are no mere goblins. I doubt you could take them on. You will? If you are successful, that would be most convenient. As I supposed. If you'll excuse me, I have something terribly important to attend to. I thought I was. I came down here looking for Wulbren. I suspected he and his little friends might have come to this region. And I was right. But I was too late. Wulbren had already been taken to Moonrise Towers. The rest, put to work. You won't find a worse gaggle of rare-do-wells than these Iron Hand gnomes. Except for Wulbren, desperate though his taste in companions might be. As I was contemplating his folly, I was spotted by a very ugly dwergar. Now, I dig. It isn't good. I thought they'd be easy to outwit. I had an entire plan. Unfortunately, it didn't account for an army of mad Underdark cultists. Nor did I account for some captives to be trapped in with the drow after the cave-in. Too many permutations. Quite the headache. Dig. And hope for an opportunity to escape. Thank you. But I doubt the gods will hear you down here. How kind. Don't suffocate on your way out, There are still gnomes trapped behind those rocks. With a vicious cultist, no less. I won't leave them to his whims. How gallant. Don't suffocate on your way out, Help would be welcome. Whether you're up to the job remains to be seen. Ah, it's you. The mascot of my ill fortunes. Once again, however, you've done me a decent turn. Most amusing watching you wallop greylings. No offense. Because there are gnomes trapped behind these rocks, stuck with a drow. I'm tempted to cheer at the sight of these dead dwergar, but there are still gnomes trapped behind those rocks. We need to get them out. Now, please. They get very aggressive if we stop digging. Not now. We need to clear the cave-in. Well, you did it. I shouldn't be surprised, considering our history. And yet, nothing good happens in the Underdark. Nothing good happens in the Underdark. You should know as well as I. I have no coin. But the foreman will be happy to provide. Right. Ever the pragmatist, Free. Yes. Make it quick. We need to find Wulbren. Now. What has he gotten himself mixed up in now? What? And just like that, you'd leave Wulbren behind. I knew you lot were foolish, but I didn't know you were cruel. And neither will this twit, apparently. I don't know if you've heard, but some of the Iron Hand gnomes, my friend Wulbren among them, have been taken prisoner in Moonrise Towers. As you know, some of the Iron Hand gnomes, my friend Wulbren among them, have been taken prisoner in Moonrise Towers. They're not even going after him. I wish I were surprised. I know someone of your background would fit right in that heart of horrors. But for others of us, it's quite a frightening prospect. And so, to Moonrise Towers I go. No, they're a clan of artificers in Baldur's Gate. I won't speak ill of their skills, but their politics are another matter entirely. They call themselves freedom fighters. I call them extremists. Their fight has little to do with freedom and everything to do with power. I told Wulbren not to go near them. But did he listen? He did not. What? That is... What do you know about rune powder? Actually, don't answer that. The littler said about it, the better. No one should touch that stuff. Not Wulbren, and especially not those Iron Hand jackals. That is not good news. I must speak with Wulbren. Now more urgently than ever. I don't have time for this. The Iron Hand gnomes might already have their hands on rune powder. You! Get out of my nut! This minute! I always do. Now, I do realize an amount of thanks are in order. You've helped me. Twice. And so... Thank you. With that, I believe our business is concluded. Won't be needing it. Thank you. Goodbye, my misery's favourite companion. And, well, thank you. And before you go, I do realize an amount of thanks are in order. You've helped me. Twice. Friend. Singular. I'm looking for Wulbren. If anyone else should be incidentally helped, then bully for them. It isn't personal. No one likes the Iron Hand gnomes except the Iron Hand gnomes. If Wulbren's dead, it's my job to find out who, when, where, and why. Rest at a drow camp. I'd be safer among mind flayers. Rest at a Dwergar camp. I'd be safer among mind flayers. Certainly not. In case you haven't been paying attention, my friend has been taken captive. He needs me. Pah. I was unlucky twice. The odds of it happening again are very slim. Then again, a small rest might be prudent. Give me time to think. Fine. Show me where to go, and I'll try my luck. I'll have a better chance of rescuing Wulbren if I'm at my best. And, thank you. I thank you for the invitation to your camp. It's, well appointed, not too crowded, perfect for thinking. And I've been doing just that. If you have a moment, I'd like your opinion on something. It's about Wulbren. We know he's been taken to Moonrise Towers, and we know I'm going to save him. The problem is this. A preponderance of evidence that I am a terrible adventurer. I'm not sure I should trust Wulbren's fate to, well, me. You've done so much already. I'm hesitant to prevail upon you again. But I can't risk recapture. I barely escaped last time. You'd do it then. You'd look for him. That's very decent of you. Thank you. I'm certain you do. But if you should find yourself in the towers, perhaps you'll keep an eye out for him? Meanwhile, I'll need to think of an alternative. I must find Wulbren, especially now that... Anyway, wish me luck. A great deal. But I wouldn't mind halving the burden. Thank you. I think I have a plan. Perhaps I can blast my way in. If only that were true. Wulbren's a good sort, but he wouldn't know his Archaeus from his elbow. Nor I. Which means quick action is necessary. I'm hesitant to prevail upon you again, but I can't risk recapture. I'd be no help to Wulbren at all. Would you look for him? There's something else you should know. Something I can no longer ignore. I know you've learned about the gnome's pursuit of rune powder, but do you know what it truly is? A telepath. Rune powder. Do you know what it is? That myth has come to life. Until very recently, I thought rune powder was a myth. A substance so powerful it could fell a city. A nation. The Iron Hand gnomes have proven the impossible. Rune powder is real, and they have it in their possession. Destruction. The only thing it's good for. But destruction of what? Well, I'm hoping Wulbren will be able to tell us. I shouldn't have let him drift away. Shouldn't have let that lot get their claws into him. Now more than ever, I need to find him. We need to find him. He's the only one I might be able to speak to sensibly. I'd kiss you, but neither of us deserve that. Thank you. No matter what he's done, I can't abandon Wulbren. You understand. Perhaps that's why you've agreed to look for him. I'm lucky. And grateful. Pity. Everyone deserves a friend. Even me, apparently. Honestly, I can't even remember the last time we spoke. Still, some bonds are simply unbreakable. Neither axe nor the ticking bomb of time can sever them. Find Wulbren, and you can have anything it is within my power to give. Now we're talking. I can whip some up for you, no problem. But I'll need a little time to gather the right supplies. Oh, this is excellent. I'll get started right away. I haven't that much on me, I'm afraid. But I tell you what. You find Wulbren, and I'll return with exactly that sum. A fair trade, I think. I know just the thing. You find Wulbren, and I'll gather the necessary implements. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. I haven't been there myself. The area around it is, well, cursed. Terrifyingly so. I did hear something interesting, though. There are shades that plague the path to the towers. Shades that fear not steel, but light. Dwergar who mentioned it sounded truly traumatized. It was almost amusing. To Baldur's Gate, I expect. I don't know what they plan to do with it, but something of that power turned loose in the city. It could be carnage. Wulbren must know their plans, and we must find him. I don't think you really believe that. A deep gnome strapped to a windmill wasn't your business. A group of captives suffering under mercenaries and cultists wasn't your business. You saw people in need and you helped them. It's what you do, apparently. You'll do it again, won't you? Like what? Alchemist? Tinkerer? Adventurer? Curmudgeon? I wear many hats. Most with great enthusiasm. Thank you for noticing. Barcus Wroot is my name. Baldur's Gate is my home. Back in the city, I offered my expertise to the highest bidder. I was quite popular, too. I'm not picky about my customers. Ah, the so-called Iron Hand gnomes. Excellent access to technological facilities, but their politics are dangerous. Increasingly so. They've nearly started an all-out war with the Gondians in the House of Wonders in Baldur's Gate. There've been skirmishes, and now I fear... Well, there's no point speculating. Let us leave it at I fear. I suppose I'd be very, very sad. Then, after a while, I'd find whoever killed him and put a smoke powder bomb in their trousers. Right. Wulbren's life is at stake. We must focus. If anything's happened to Wulbren, someone is going to be very sorry. I'll make sure of that. I'll soon be off to gather your compensation. With your track record, I'm sure you'll find Wulbren in no time. So, I'll be quick. Thank you for agreeing to find Wulbren. It means a great deal to me. Indeed. Working. You can take that back. It's in the way. Do you mind? I'm trying to work. Yes, thank you. Now, please, celebrate. I appreciate that you're proud of your victory, but it's just that. Yours. Wulbren is still missing. And there are gnomes trapped in Moonrise Towers. Me drinking beer won't save them. You leaving would help my concentration. But if you insist... There. Celebration. Do you? You can't solve the world's problems. I don't expect you to. But here. Take one of my old stock. I'm sure you'll find a good use for it. Explosive arrows. Here, take one of my old stock and be gone. I thought you'd understand. Guess not. I appreciate that you're proud of your victory, but it's just that. Yours. After all you did, I pegged you as a person of good standing. Guess I was wrong. Good luck with your new friends. They'll stab you in your sleep, but at least you'll be remembered as a real bastard. Oh, go enjoy your party. Ah, you found your way. Good. I thought I'd scout ahead, check for any nasty surprises, of which I found a great deal. Shades, death, harpers, flaming fist, and this, of course, and the makings of an alchemist's workbench. Ingredients, too. There's a recipe I'm trying to replicate. Something that might help you. That is, if you're still going to help Wulbren and the others. In that case, you'll be very pleased to learn what I have in store for you. The deep gnomes at the towers, of course, and Wulbren among them. If he's to be found. Aren't you some kind of wandering hero? Isn't this what you do? If anyone can, I'm certain it's you. But you won't do it alone. I'm working on a recipe to help you on your way. A new type of smoke powder. All the bang and boom of the original, but with an extra surprise. I call it the Brilliant Retort. You'll need it if you're going to survive this cursed place. You'll need it if you're going to get into Moonrise Towers and help the deep gnomes taken prisoner there. You'll need it if you're going to save Wulbren. Let's call a thing a thing. A deep gnome won't get far into the Absolute's orgy of evil. We already learned that in the Underdark with those sadistic Dwergar, didn't we? It's doubly true in this place. You, on the other hand, have proven resourceful, in such infiltrations? They didn't get trapped. They were kidnapped, taken against their will by those cultists. If I ever get my hands on one of them, well, with you on the job, perhaps I won't have to find out. I'll do my part according to my talents. And you, I hope, will do yours. The brilliant retort will aid you. Thus, I will make it. Unless you've got access to a 300-year-old Tempusian apothecarial almanac? No. But that's for me to worry about. You do whatever it is you do. Some of us are counting on you. I seek not promises, my friend, but deeds worthy of your prodigious talents. Now, you, off to your heroism, as it were. Let's not ruin the surprise, when I'm finished making it. Nor have I. Everything in its due course, First, the brilliant retort. Then, Wulbren. Then, your reward. Whatever it is, I'm sure the rescue of a few innocent citizens will round it out nicely. A friend. I'd do anything to find him, including trusting his fate to the likes of you. An old friend. The kind one doesn't simply leave to his own reckless fate, even when it leads to the heart of a murderous cult. Nasty place, isn't it? My torch only just held out long enough for me to find my way here. I haven't forgotten, and as it happens, I was making something to help you on your way. If anyone can, I'm sure it's you. I decided to scout ahead and get the lay of the land. It didn't seem right to let you do all the work. And as it happens, I've cobbled together something of an alchemist's workbench here in this inn. Ah, you. Fortunately for me, you do. There was a rather compromising incident at a windmill, and another with some Dwergar. I can't tell if you're my good luck charm or an omen of my every misfortune. How are things? How are things? Well, I've been through worse. I'll soon be off to Moonrise Towers to look for my friend, Wulbren. I understand you might be headed in that direction as well. Oh, joy. More cultists. I'm sure I'll have no problem locating Wulbren and skipping out of there, hand in hand. Don't threaten me with a good time. My search for Wulbren has been one quagmire after another, as you know. Still, a friend is a friend, and Wulbren won't last long in a place as dreadful as the Towers. An old friend. The kind one doesn't simply leave to his own reckless fate, even when it leads to the heart of a murderous cult. If he's there, I plan to find him. I'm sure I'll come up with something. Wulbren's a parochial sort. The mere sight of you would knock him out cold. I'm certain Wulbren's never met a half-orc. He'd probably think you're a hallucination. A Dwergar savior. Wulbren wouldn't understand the concept. The mere sight of a dragonborn would scare him senseless. You wouldn't even know what he looks like. Then again, my track record is, well, discouraging. That's very decent of you. Very decent of you indeed. But I won't stand idle. I've spotted an alchemist's scales, and had already been cooking up a little something that might help against those cultists. I'll get to work on the brilliant retort. You get to work at the Towers. Deal? A new type of smoke powder. All the bang and boom of the original, but with an extra surprise. Guaranteed to end any and all arguments or protestations. Very good. Very good. Very good indeed. Don't be ridiculous. If I give you the schematics, how in all of Tyrell am I supposed to make the damn thing? Please. I'll make it extra explosive, just for you. Disappointment. The raisin cookie of the soul. Very well. I wish you a safe journey. Perhaps I'll see you on the road to the Towers. But, with a little luck, perhaps I won't. Wait. I may be proud, but I'm no fool. If Wulbren is to be found, you stand the best chance of finding him. If you'll agree to look for him, I'll make myself useful here. I've spotted an alchemist's scales, and had already been dreaming up a little something to help fight off those loathsome cultists. I'll bear that in mind. Then again, if you're going to the towers, it stands to reason you might encounter Wulbren while you're there. Perhaps we ought to allocate our resources intelligently, according to our talents, as it were. Wulbren needs a hero, someone like you. And you need a way to protect yourself against the forces of evil. It helps to know when to close your eyes and run. I bumped into this inn before any nasty shadows got their tendrils on me. Now, I've only to find my way into the towers. Out of one, really. It took a bit of nimble footwork to make it through the darkness uncursed. Luckily, I found this place. As have you. Welcome to the club. There are deep gnomes being held in Moonrise Towers. One of them is my friend, Wulbren. That seems likely. Everyone loves providing refuge for a poor, defenseless deep gnome, especially the Absolute. I was about to ask you the same. I'm going to Moonrise Towers in search of my friend, Wulbren. And you're doing general heroism, I believe it is? Don't know, don't care. Aha! I was hoping you'd find this place. Thought you might have fallen in a hole. I'm pleased to see you, but I think there's something happening at the towers. You like heroism, don't you? Might be of interest, yes? Where in the world did everyone go? Quite the fuss, but I'm not sure why. You'll follow up, Keep things in hand, won't you? Yeah, of course you will. Go on, then. No one but hangabouts and ne'er-do-muches here. And myself, of course. What now? No! And pestering the craftsman won't speed things up. I'm sure you would. Now, if you're done rifling through my things, your work here isn't done. So perhaps you should get on with it. Right back at you. I'll be out of your way as soon as I'm finished. Perhaps a bit more of this. Good point. I hadn't thought of that. Wulbren, you fool. I'll tell him you said so. Yes, I'm well aware. I heard you the first time. There's something in the air. I don't like it. I don't know. Can't help but feel that something's especially wrong. I mustn't let my imagination run away with me, though. I say, are you quite all right? You look a little peaky. Perished. But that means... But... Wulbren... How could it be? But... Wulbren... Dead. Whatever you say, is it true? About Wulbren, that's what the others said. And yet... And yet... How could it be? How could it... Friends... And Wulbren, he... Dead. Oh... Well... Oh... Yes. Hello. Wulbren's gone. Wulbren's... dead. But... you know that. How can it be? I failed him so utterly. He should never have joined those bloody Iron Hand gnomes. I told him, and I told him, and I told him, and now... Now he's dead. There's nothing I can do. It's over. That bloody cult has taken too much. They need to be stopped. The brilliant retort is ready. It's yours. Take it. And give the absolute hell. While you were infiltrating the towers, I was working on something I thought might help in the fight against those cultists. It's a new type of smoke powder. Plenty of firepower in it, but with an extra surprise. Sure to take those cultists down a short road, if you catch my meaning. I call it the Brilliant Retort. Seems a bit glib now, but it would have made Wulbren smile, I think. It's up to you. You're the only one capable of it. Crush them. I'm not sure. It's too late for Wulbren. For me. But not for others. Nor for you. A terrible thing, isn't it? A terrible thing. To try your best and get nowhere at all. Or worse. To try your best and end up hurting the one you love the most. What a brutal horror this life can be. Ah, there you are. Everyone seems to be quite aflutter. Do you know why? What? You're... Excuse me. You did. But that means... Wulbren! You mean... But that means... Wulbren! Here, take this. Quickly, a new type of smoke powder. I call it the Brilliant Retort. It's yours. Now, I need to go find Wulbren. I give you the Brilliant Retort. Now, I need to go find Wulbren. Huh? It seems to have disappeared. Dear me. That's quite a loss. But, oh well. Wulbren's back. Not now. Wulbren's back. Wulbren! Oh, where is he? Ah! Perhaps I could be of assistance. I'm no eavesdropper. Wulbren, please. I'm no stranger. Wulbren, it's me. Wulbren! I'm not stuck. I came to find you, of course. Unfortunately for me, you're my friend. Rescuing you from mortal peril is my right. Ah, it's you. I should have guessed. Thank you very much for your help finding Wulbren. But, Wulbren, the rune powder. We need to discuss what you're going to... Please, that isn't necessary. Indeed. He does. Let's not be uncivilized. Wulbren, perhaps we can talk more later, when you've had a moment to settle in. Of course, but a moment, if you please. Wulbren, I believe we really must discuss... There we have it. Wulbren is safe and well, thanks to you. And, as you so correctly pointed out, I owe you. Well, there we have it. Wulbren is safe and sound, thanks to you. I owe you a great deal. The Brilliant Retort, for starters. Here you are. I hope you like it. The Brilliant Retort, for starters. Here you are, as promised. It's a new type of smoke powder. Powerful stuff. Made it myself. I give you the Brilliant Retort. Now, I believe our business is well and truly concluded. There's no need for gratitude between Wulbren and myself. His interests are my interests. And vice versa, one and the same. You don't know him, though. This is just his way. Once you're used to someone, you're used to them. Nonsense. When you've known each other as long as we have, there aren't sides. Wulbren can be a little sharp, but so can I. You should know that better than anyone. Don't judge him too harshly. He's been through a lot. When he's had some rest, he'll be back to his usual self. Well, perhaps Wulbren is right. Perhaps I ought to return to Baldur's Gate. I'm glad you agree. Well, I'll just, stand over there, in case Wulbren needs anything. Oh, that's all right. I'm a patient fellow. I'm sure you'll clear a path for everyone. Soon enough. Perhaps I will. Yes. Yes. That's a nice idea. Thank you. Oh. That's a little sad, isn't it? I certainly hope so. All withers will be most despondent. Look after yourself. The very same to you. Though, with your record, I very much doubt you'll need it. Handy to have in the event of fire, though. I'd say all the best, but we don't know each other that well, do we? All the most middling. Ta. The brilliant retort, for starters. Here you are, as promised. Curse this heart of mine. 1,000 days of darkness on the Iron Hands for dragging him into this. I should contact Wulbren's family, though they won't relish hearing from me. Go home, Barcus, he says. Pah! Oh, Wulbren. Why didn't you just listen? The city. Yes, that's top priority. Wulbren's affairs need to be, organized. There you are. I was wondering where the devil you'd been. Who? Oh, right. Well, forget about that, Magungus. We have more important things to worry about. Like Wulbren. Oh, forget about that. Wulbren and the Iron Hand gnomes are planning something dreadful in the city. You'll what? Tie me to a windmill? Enslave me in the Underdark? Smack me upside the head? I assure you, circumstance has beaten you to it. Ugh. But it doesn't do to remain smackhead. We fall, we moan, then we rise to annoy our enemies once more. Wulbren and the Iron Hand gnomes are planning something dreadful in the city. They have room powder, they have motive. We have to stop them. With the sword of justice in one hand and the shield of self-righteousness in the other, we most certainly will. To saving the city. And my fool of a friend. Knowing when to ask for help is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. You helped me in this God's awful quagmire. When we're back in the city, I'll be fully in my element once more. I'll not deny he wounded me. I cared for Wulbren. Care for him, really. But he's acting like a true idiot. It isn't the first time, and I'm sure it won't be the last. But I won't let him hurt anyone. Or himself. Because they're a gaggle of vindictive crybabies with no sense of propriety. That is to say, they gabbed about their plans like a geese, and I overheard them. Like a very devious goose. You're tired from your exertions. Who could blame you? Have a smoke, a wash, and a cup of tea, and let's regroup when you're more yourself. You're tired from your exertions. Who could blame you? Have a smoke, a wash, or a polish, as it were, and let's regroup when you're more yourself. That sounds slimy. Never mind your distasteful predilections. We need to talk about Wulbren. To talk about Wulbren, of course. I'll be seeing you at your camp. So, you did it. Cleared the tower, killed the villain. Everything you said you'd do. Well, if you turn into a mind flayer, I'll be sure to tell people you were a decent sort. Pre-tentacle. A pity Wulbren isn't here. You two would have gotten on like a house on fire, I think. My friend. Yes. He'll always be my friend, won't he? And I believe I'll think of him every day. I'll say my goodbyes now. You were, that is, it was so long. I tell you to write, but I never check the post. Farewell. And good luck. A fellow knows when it's time to go his own way. We've had an interesting run of it, but it's time I went my way back home. As you say, unfortunately for evil, it has you to worry about. Look after the city. It's an awful place, but it's home. Wulbren made his life there. For his sake, if nothing else, I'd like to see it survive. I'm not one for parties on the best of days. And today is not the best of days. Wulbren is dead. Far before his time. Mourning him will be, well, it will be the work of a lifetime. Until, if ever, we meet again. The annals of Baldur's Gate. I hope the city has many more annals to come. Yeah, I should write a book. Root and Branch, An Unfortunate Life. Schematics, sketches, maps. Ah, there you are. Good. We need to strategize. Wulbren is planning something. Lots of moving parts. I'm still trying to suss the details myself. Some. But what he has planned is unthinkable. Maybe you can help him see sense. Someone has to. I knew him rash, but this is unspeakable. Speak to him. Help him see sense. Someone has to. Be firm with Wulbren, but not too firm. Let him have his say, but don't let him talk over you. Got it? Yeah, good. Wulbren, please. This is too far. Everyone in the Foundry would be killed. That's what I've been saying. There may yet be a peaceful solution. A rune pounder bomb. Oh, what the devil has he become? The Wulbren I know. The one who skipped rocks with me in the Underdark. He's still in there. I know it, but his hate for the Gondians has blinded him. He believes they work for the Absolute willingly. But it's not true. I'm sure of it. If only Wulbren shared your sentiments. The Gondians are inventors, just like us. Similarly persnickety and self-important, too. They are inventors, just like us. Persnickety and self-important, too. But we all have our moments. You'll hear no argument on that score. But using rune powder on the Gondians? Not now yourself! The Gondians... It can't be as it seems. Something is wrong. Very wrong. Please, speak to them before you do anything. They deserve a chance to plead their case before being blown to pieces, don't you think? I cannot believe that. And I don't think you believe it either. You did well refusing Wulbren's proposition, but I fear he'll find some fool who'll plant his bomb. The Gondians deserve a chance to plead their case before being blown to pieces. Please, find out what's going on. I have no secrets from Wulbren. And anyway, my very presence is a thorn in his side. I'd rather continue to prick his conscience than to be silently complicit in an atrocity. That's all I ask. Questions first, violence later. And only if absolutely necessary. You would turn your back on innocent people. That's not like you. You have. But the lives of many people are at stake. You are a hero, aren't you? Isn't saving people what heroes do? True. But I thought you might at least try. So it appears. The Gondians are people, no different to you or I. Don't harm them. Gondians respond well to reason, so when you meet them, be reasonable. Wulbren, enough! I won't watch as you poison your soul and the brilliant future that remains to the Iron Hand gnomes. I thought the Iron Hand gnomes had corrupted you, Wulbren. Now, I wonder if it wasn't the other way around. Kill Tubin, and you kill all we love. Collaboration, challenge, solving problems with the power of reason, creativity, and invention. Kill the Gondians, and you kill all we love. Collaboration, challenge, solving problems with the power of reason, creativity, and invention. I still want to believe you're better than that, Wulbren. But even I am having my doubts. I say you're right. They deserve a leader who'll encourage them to create, not destroy. They deserve someone like me. I can't save you from yourself, Wulbren. It hurts terribly, but I can't. Toss your values in the bin if you want, but don't throw out the Iron Hands with them. It is with a heavy heart that I remove Wulbren Bongle from our ranks. You have until first light to leave the city. Wulbren. Me? No. Not me. You! This was not the deal! You were meant to stop this madness, not enmadden it! Not the lives of the Gondians you left to die. The bodies that burn in the Foundry as we speak. Stopped. Such a toothless word for cold-blooded murder. I just saw you murder innocent people. You think I don't know what you're capable of? Like the Gondians, who burn in the Foundry as we speak. I wish you'd left me tied to that infernal windmill. At least I would have been spared witnessing this horror. We won't meet again. Good day. Oh, lies! Lies and more lies! You chose this horror show. You should have left me tied to that infernal windmill. At least then I would have died without these horrible images in my mind. I have nothing left to say to you. So many dead. Gondians, Iron Hands, Wulbren. This wasn't supposed to happen. No, I don't think you did. These were people. Friends, families. Still, I just can't save Wulbren. He won't rest until the Gondians are dead. And you in the bargain. I know. And one of you will die. Wulbren, I'd wager. Because he has the same weakness as the Gondians. Pride. He's simply more honest about it. And more brutal. Let's be honest. Wulbren hasn't been happy with me in... ever, upon reflection. I'm starting to see the truth of him, believe it or not. My expectations of that Magungus have changed significantly. But I still want the best for him. Which is why I'm going after him. Someone has to stop him from ending his life in a blaze of foolishness. I'd tell you to write, but I never checked the post. Farewell, my friend. And good luck. Go on now. I know the way home from here. I followed him through the city, to the wilds, through the Underdark, and back home again. Braved goblins, shades, and evil I can hardly describe. Still, I couldn't save Wulbren from himself. I don't think anyone could. So it seems. I don't know when he became so angry. Perhaps he always was. And I was too naive to see it. As am I. I must inform his family. Arrange his affairs as much as I am able. I wish it hadn't ended like this. But I know you did all you could to help Wulbren, to help me. I may have lost Wulbren, but I don't leave this place friendless. That much I know for certain. I wish you the very best. And then a little on top. Perhaps. But while you saw a madman, I saw the boy he once was. Well, here we are. A most unexpected outcome. I take no pleasure in ousting Wulbren. But he's not the old friend I remember. When did he get so angry? So violent? Someone like that cannot lead the Iron Hand gnomes. We need peace. Something is wrong. Very wrong. I am many things. A leader is not one of them. But no time like the present to learn. And I can't do any worse than Wulbren, sorry as I am to say it. I don't know when he became so angry. So violent. But I'm glad to say I see the truth of it now. At last. Wulbren might be a violent bastard, but I have the privilege of being better than him. And now I have a great responsibility to boot. I'm not sure how to lead the Iron Hand gnomes, but I know I won't do worse than Wulbren, that's for sure. Thank you for your encouragement. I needed it, and have done since the day we met. I may have lost Wulbren, but I found a far preferable ally. Friend, even. Now, myself and the Iron Hand gnomes have much to disentangle. But when you're ready to face what's waiting for you, believe me, we will be at your side. Shoo then, for now, my friend. Go on. You have a city to save or something, don't you? Never thought our first meeting would land us here, of all places. But here we are. Hopefully this time, I'll be saving you. Or at least, not getting in trouble. I'm ready to pay back my debts to you, friend. All of them. You've unexpected friends. But my debt to you still stands. The Iron Hand Gnome's firepower is yours to command. Just show us where it's needed. The Iron Hand Gnomes are forever in your debt. Our firepower is yours to command. Just show us where it's needed.